All right, welcome to another episode of Dil Se Stories. Today we have two very special guests, Ansh Chomal and Malay Vyas. Uh,
Hello.
so let's start with the younger one. Who is younger amongst the two? Who wants to go with the introduction?
And
I
Ansh
think
is
you're the
younger.
younger.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, he
Okay,
is.
I think you're the youngest one.
okay. I'm the oldest, so
But yeah,
I'll go in the end. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I am younger than Malay just by a year or
I
two.
know that you are.
So okay, I'll go first. Hi, I am Ansh. I am a professional I'm professional into music and working as music director for films. I've been a composer for a lot of film music, and I've done a lot of songs with Malay himself, and that's how my journey has been. I've done my masters from the UK, and I'm back in India for good now. It's been 6 more months, which is added to my freelancing career, and just completed with the feature film. So looking on for a lot more.
Great. And Malay?
Hi guys, my name is Malay Vyas. I'm a singer-songwriter, composer, lyricist. I've been singing since I was like three. Uh, but I met Ansh during my bachelor's. We did music production and composition together. I've learned classicals. I've done a Prabhakar in classical, which is like a 6-year course. Basically, I'm a singer who loves to write and loves to compose songs as well. I'm currently in London.
All right, and I'm the least talented amongst the three of us here. I'm Parag Bhardwaj. I'm a physician based
That's
in
not
the
true.
US.
You wrote the
No.
song. That's not true.
Yeah.
so, so okay, coming to the song, yes, Karm Yogi, right? So,
Yes.
uh, who wants to go first in terms of? So, I actually, so just to set the stage for the audience. So, I am based in the US. I'm on this call from the US, and Anch is actually based in India, out of India, and Malay is based out of the UK. And this is these were our locations when we collaborated on this song. So just
Right.
to give a sense of the times we live in, it was a collaboration, three different continents to
Yeah.
make this song come to life. And so I ended up contacting Ansh to help me with this song. I had written the lyrics. And Ansh, why don't you just share with us what your thoughts were when you first heard about this project, and how it evolved in your mind?
Uh, so I think I had a word with you around November, if I'm not wrong, and I got lyrics like a long lyrics from you. The chat never ended, and but I understood the meter. I understood your background as well as in what you wanted out of the song, and we had a brief discussion where you wanted soft in general, but then it has to be a little grand in the end. So I remember I was in the studio, and because I just got the lyrics from you. I was like, let's just compose like 4 lines and just see, where it goes. I think I was already on some project, and I had left that aside and just, got done with my piano and got the lyrics sorted, and then just did a tune out of it. And I remember I sent it to you and you really liked it. So like, okay, I think we're in the same, like we're going in the right direction, and let's just take this forward. So yeah, I think I was quite comfortable in the zone. I was quite confident that I would take it further. I then got in touch with Malay because we needed to rearrange the lyrics and then cut short it a little bit because again it was quite long. It was like 5 6 paras if I'm not wrong. Uh, so that's where Malay comes into picture, and I think he'll take it forward.
Yeah. So my first reaction with the lyrics was yes, it was very long. So your typical song is around 4 minutes max, four, maybe three. And because of that structure, because of how people are used to that length nowadays, you know how the attention span has just gone down, whatever. 3 seconds, if you get the attention, you get the attention, otherwise it's gone. So, keeping that in mind, when I saw the lyrics, I was like, yeah, yeah, nobody is gonna, be even though the lyrics. Let me just say that the lyrics were absolutely amazing, very motivational, very inspirational, and that was the difficult part. Okay, we understood that we needed to cut it short, but the like where we were hesitating was what part to cut out of it, because everything in that structure felt like it should be there. So that was like the first big challenge, I would say, because we didn't, neither of us, nor me, not Ansh, wanted to cut out anything. But it's one of
But it
those
was
things
as good
where,
as two songs.
yeah, yeah. There was a point, I would say there was a point where I genuinely thought maybe let's just you know cut it in between and make two songs out of it. But then no, we stuck to it, and
Part one, part two.
somehow, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. We thought
part
we
one,
can
part two.
maybe part two, part one, part two, but then no, we stuck to the song. We were like, no, let's work on it. And this is where I think like the professionality, if that is a word, comes into play, where uh, you have an emotional connection to your product, if you want to call it. I would never call a song a product, but this is how the jargon is nowadays, unfortunately. Um, and you keep that emotional bias aside and then work on it. Make sure that it's actually comes out well at the end of the day. So yeah, that was my first reaction. Like, I love the lyrics, but how am I supposed to cut it short if I don't want to cut anything out? But yeah. Then the other thing was, so yeah, Ansh made a small demo for it, and like I think for 4 lines, if he yeah 4 lines. Uh, but then the lyrics were written in a certain flow. So like if we get material to write lyrics, for example, we basically use something called metering, which would mean that there'll be a rhyming scheme, there'll be certain number of words in a sentence in a line for the song, kind of a deal. So when we were looking at the metering of what was written, even when we cut short everything and turned them into lyrics, there was a rhyming scheme, there was uh, an approximate metering. Um, and the demo that Ansh made, the second challenge was the flow wasn't, yeah, it didn't feel like it would go on your regular 4x4 or 7x8 or 3x4. Any musician who's listening to this will know what I'm trying to say. So we decided that it was between 7 or 8. So 7.5 we can't really count as beats. Unfortunately, we can't count point 0.5 as a beat. So what you do is you double it. So for this song, we've used the rhythm, like the pattern, for 15 beats rather than 8 or 16 or 14 or 7. So yeah, that was the second biggest challenge. It took a lot of time, but as soon as we decided, okay, this is 15, it was as smooth as butter. It was so easy after that, because it the song fell into that rhythm beautifully. So yeah, that was my like take on the initial challenges of the song, but after that it was smooth sailings. Yeah.
All right, thanks. And I'll just tell you, I don't want to take the full credit for the lyrics. My mother is a Hindi teacher, so I always like got her input. And yeah, the second song I've written. So apologies for it being a bit too long for you. But I grew up in the era where the songs were very long, right? So
Yeah, of
in the
course,
80s,
yeah.
90s, yes, I was. That's one of the first things I told Ansh. I don't want it to be a short song. Don't. Because I think you don't want to start off with creating a small box for yourself, right? Just go with the flow, and then everything else should fit in into it. Um, Now, before we go any further, I'm going to put you on the spot. What was the one thing that made you do this song? Let's go with Ansh first, and then we'll ask Malay.
Firstly, what is very important for me is the client. I would say in like the professional terms. Once I have had a word with a person like for the work, irrespective of the work, how I'm gelling up with the person, that uh, makes a lot of difference. Then, even if the work is quite difficult, or for some reason underpaid, but if the guy is genuine and if the person is genuine, I would straight up be on for it. And secondly, the song, like the lyrics that you gave, it was more into patriotism in a way, and motivational, and how uh, it was more into my zone. And it was like a challenge where uh, it is not a lyrics, it's more into poetic form, and how to turn that into a song, because I know you were quite sure that you want to make it a song and not just any a kavita, like, which is just narrated. So that was a challenge which I was very up for. And once when I composed, just to be sure if I am comfortable in the zone, I did that, and you approved it like in just one go. So I was quite confident that, this will uh, keep me going. And again, I'm working with Malay, like the person I'm comfortable with. So it just goes all together.
Great. And before we ask Malay, I just hope you don't feel you were underpaid for this project.
No, 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 no. This
No,
no, no,
no,
not.
not at all.
It's
No,
just a given example, but not in the
it's just
situation
the
for sure.
industry we're working in. Unfortunately, that is
Yeah.
something we have to come up with and
That is,
discuss about.
it will
Unfortunately,
always be there in
yeah,
our
Yeah,
industry, but
yeah.
right.
not for
It'll
this
always be a
project.
thing. Yeah, but
It
not for
just
this
it
project.
was just
Just
making
be
sure.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah, no,
right.
no.
All right, Malay, and you? What made you say yes
uh,
to this song?
well, so basically, how inspiring it was, right? For me, composing is such an emotional thing to do. Like, yes, there are techniques. Yes, you can learn certain skills to start composing poems, lyrics if you write them. But it's so for example, I'm in London, but for money, as again the point of money comes up because we are in the music industry, which is a very dingy. Um, so for money, I'm working at a pub. I'm a manager there. There's a lot of struggle because there's a lot of work, and there's a lot of problems, daily problems coming up every single day. And as soon as I read the lyrics, I could relate to the struggle behind, like the inspiration for the song. I could relate to the struggle, and I could also relate to the motivation uh, that is required to strive through the struggle. Um that's when, as soon as I saw the lyrics and as soon as I heard Ansh's demo, I was like, yeah, this is something, this is a zone where I am currently in. I can relate to it a lot. I'm sure a lot of people I know would relate it a lot. Um, so it just became easy for me to work on it. So, for example, hypothetically, if someone comes in tomorrow and says, "Oh, make a party song for me," and I'm not sad, but I'm just like a working person, and I'm in a certain zone where work it matters more, focus matters more, relaxing, uh, winding down isn't what I'm doing on a daily basis. So in that zone, I might not be able to work on a party song. Not that I can't, it's just that the zone of it, I might not be able to. So, in the same sense, I was able to do this because of how, again, the good the lyrics were.
Thank you. So yeah, just to piggyback on what you said, yeah, this song is actually inspired by people. And everybody has struggles in life, and you see people just overcoming the challenges in life every day, right? Every day I come across people like that, and it's just fascinating to me. And they just keep, like, the human spirit, right, just keeps going forwards. Somehow just keeps on cutting through. So that's what was the inspiration for this song. But you're talking about working in a pub. That's the perfect place to be inspired to write songs, right? You listen to people's problems. You listen to all the fun stuff that they have to share in life, so that you're in the petri dish for a composer.
Yes, I actually agree with that. I have so many stories from there,
Yeah.
so many things I can get inspired by. I absolutely love working there. It's not like I don't. It's just a lot of it. And it's also very physical. So you get tired a lot. But yeah, I am absolutely loving working in the pub as well. It's not like I'm not enjoying it.
No, no, there's that saying.
Um,
Like, a lot of times in Hindi songs, is it called mekhana, right? Mekhane mein? Mekhana is like the,
well, yeah,
yeah,
it's like the yeah
is the
the
equivalent.
indirect word for it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. All right. So, anything that came up as a surprise, of course, like, actually, before we go with it, the beginning of the song is just amazing. So when Ansh sent me that, I think that the first note, right, of the string that you hear, it just puts you in a different zone. And I remember I was at work, I made some people listen to it, and they all like stopped. So I think that beginning of the song just, preps you for what's to come, and then it builds up from there. So any anything that you want to share about the song that you thought it was like unique or fascinating, or uh, the audience should know about?
I think the uniqueness stands. Malay has already mentioned where I think this is the first song that we've composed, that I have at least composed or arranged rather in 15/8, which is like uh, something we don't usually compose in. It's usually a 4/4 or a 3/4 or a 6/8 rather, uh like those zones that we come for, or max 7/4 7/8, I mean, that we compose in. So this was not a challenge, but in a way it made the work even more exciting for us to compose, because as soon as there's some odd uh, time signature that comes into the first thing we try to figure out is the groove, which will get along with the song, but again, not be very edgy to people when they listen to it. So we two things I think we took quite a time on was to rearrange the lyrics. Composition was again not a problem, because I think we did that. I mean, Malay also did that very well, and it was quite nicely done. First thing we decided on was selecting the lyrics and structuring that a bit. That took a time, and the groove, which again took a time, which was obvious because we were doing it in a 15/8 time signature. And again, because it was meant to be a soothing song, yet a grand in the end. I didn't want to make it that groovy and just show all the talent or all the learnings that we've done in our masters and bachelors. But I wanted to make it as subtle in the groove as possible, yet being in like the 15/8 nice groove.
Yeah, so the idea was basically not to make it sound sophisticated, but even if we are using an odd time signature, make it sound smooth. So, which is what was very interesting. And I also want to add, uh, compositionally, uh, the lyrics structure was you're talking about what's happening wrong, and then the motivation and what you can do in the future. So this is how I saw the song, at least. I'm not sure if that's how you wrote it, but for example, the first line, "Aaj main toota hu," and then the second half is "Kal fir jud jaunga." So even compositionally, because each line had those two very extreme points, so we needed to simplify it compositionally, but yet still show those two extremities. So, for example, the first half of it is we called it resolution. So if a note feels like, yes, that line has ended, that's when we call it, it's been resolved. So what we did was, because there was tension in the first half of the line and there was resolution in the second half of the line, uh, I thought, okay, let's increase musically, compositionally, let's increase the tension first, then resolve it, then increase, then resolve it. So it's very, it feels like a wave, but a very smooth wave rather than, analog wave, if that makes sense. It's not very, yeah, plateauy. So yeah, that was like the another interesting part. Um, and then how the idea was to uplift the listeners, mood, and the listeners' will in general, I guess. So it also had to progress. So we couldn't just do the wave, but also introduce higher notes, then resolve it again. So in my head, it was literal waves, and the sizes of the waves are changing. So, starting, it's a small wave. Then you go onto the bridge, it becomes a bigger wave. The chorus becomes a massive wave, but it is still resolving. There's a lot of tension, but it's still resolved. So, yeah, that was like, for me, compositionally speaking, that was like the most interesting part of the song.
Very well described. I think you got the essence of the song. I mean, you just created a picture, right? Like the waves and all. So very nice. So Karm Yogi, right? That's the song. And it took us what, uh, 3 4 months, right? To get it done.
3 months, yes, I would
Yeah.
say. I think we did it in 2 months, but just the last bits of, like,
Yeah.
it was just a decision making process that we were doing it in the end, like a two to
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were
four
polishing
discussion.
it a lot,
Yeah. So
honestly.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know you both put in a lot of hard work. Definitely would recommend others to work with you. Um,
thank you so much.
you know, and
Thank you.
yeah, music is very unique. It's and that's why we are having this conversation, sharing with others, because I know it's not my professional focus, but I think it brings a lot of comfort to people, and especially this song, I think will inspire people, to just keep moving along, because it was based out of seeing people overcoming obstacles, big
Yeah.
obstacles. So,
Yeah.
any parting notes that you would want for the audience to know about the song, or what they should take away from it?
Malay, if you want to cover this up.
uh, I I would suggest it's a song that you sit down, put your headphones in, close your eyes, and then listen to. Um, and when you listen to the whole song, at the end, the aim is, for us at least, the aim was for you to feel just a little tiny little better from what you have been. Even if you were happy before listening to the song, hopefully you feel happier, and hopefully, as Parag said, hopefully inspires you in life in general, or if you're struggling with anything in life. Life is about struggles, unfortunately, but life is also about overcoming those struggles, and this is the song that tells you that.
Awesome. It actually sounded very scripted, but I know it was spontaneous. You're very creative. Yeah.
That's why I had
I'm a
given it to
I'm a
Yeah,
Malay.
I'm a
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
a songwriter, so yeah.
Yeah, Ansh, anything you want to add to that?
No, no, I think Malay has covered it all. It's just about uh, just that's what the aim was initially, to just sit down, relax, and then listen to the song. It will give you a very good impact, and it will get you to that peace and that calm
Yeah.
that you might want eventually.
Yeah, now I'm going to speak as a doctor. So if you're going through struggles, which most of us do, listen to this song at the end of the day, every day, once a day, right? At the end of the day.
That's right. That's
That should be the
right.
dose. That
Do-
should be the dose of the
Doctor's
Yeah.
orders.
doctor's orders. And you cannot overdose on this song. So you can listen to it as many times, but minimum dose
Probably
should
just
be
once a day.
once a day at
Once
night.
after
Yeah.
dinner or
Yeah, after
before
dinner.
sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly right. Like Malay said, close your eyes, put the headphones on, listen to it, and uh, things will get, it'll be a better tomorrow. It will be a better
Right.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a
Definitely.
lot. And
Thank you so
hope
much.
everybody enjoys the song. And thank you so much for working on it.
Thank you so
Thank you
much for
so
your
much
time.
for thank you so
Yeah,
much for
pleasure.
working with us. Definitely. It was an absolute honor.
Yeah.